Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It is Thursday. It is also the 21st day of November. It is the first day of a series of reports that will be focusing on Private First Class Ray Fairchild, who will be coming home tonight. And we're going to start that reporting this evening. And of course, as I told you last night, if you were here, the program actually taped early, not as early as I'd hoped to today, so I can go alongside family and many, many veterans from many, many different areas as they go to the Bluegrass Airport. And we are there, we'll be there this evening when Mr. Fairchild's remains will be brought back to Kentucky and then back to McGoffin County later on tonight. It's going to be a series of ceremonies, full military honors, the likes of which I have never seen, as have many of the folks who are going to be participating and witnessing these events, and I'll be covering that as much as possible over the course of the next few days, starting with an interview, the first of a few, with Ray Fairchild's brother, John, who was in our studio earlier today, right before we embarked to the Bluegrass Airport. I'm just everyone very anxious to see what is going to take place in Mr. Fairchild's honor over the course of the next few days. I'll get to that in a second. McGoffin County Fiscal Court coverage, your weather, and a few other things that we'll talk about before I leave you. Let's pick it up with McGoffin County Fiscal Court coverage, or begin, I should say. A few items of discussion that we will focus on tonight, a few updates on several projects, how they're looking to try to go through some other means, some more advanced methods of preserving and maintaining roads in McGoffin County, and McGoffin County 911 getting closer to making that major changeover, moving from the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center over to the courthouse, thanks to a few $100,000 in grant funds. The meeting began with a moment of silence in honor of the loss of two very well-known community advocates, Randall Reisner and Henry Joseph, who both passed away recently. Judge Executive Matt Wireman noting that honors and resolutions will be forthcoming in the next few weeks and months in their names. In a few updates, Deputy Judge Executive Kevin Howard said the architectural design had been approved for the restroom facility at the Civil War Park on Route 7 and that the bidding process should start next week. In some other updates, there are two bridge replacement projects which are going along on schedule, that for Laurel Branch and White Oak. And he also noted that all of last year's FEMA projects have now officially been completed, and the county will now be seeking reimbursement from FEMA for them. There were also several resolutions read, which you can find in this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent, those in honor of Private First Class Ray Fairchild, Corporal Paul Cordell, and Private First Class Blaine Minix, with roads in McGoffin County to be dedicated to them in the coming weeks and months, with Vince Minix of the Veterans Committee giving those updates, adding that so far the committee has identified 28 men from McGoffin County killed in action in World War II. And then the county opened sealed bids for the new 911 and CAD system for McGoffin County 911, which through a few $100,000 in grant money will be moving from the community center into the courthouse.
All right, do we know if this meets the amount of the grant or within the budgeted amounts?
Yeah, the best that we could tabulate on that, it does fall within that. We've got, I think the grant total was $271,000 initially, plus, give or take some. Those numbers fall within that. In addition to that, the grant was provided for a 911 radio console system, which we're looking at a company and on contract price, so we don't have to bid it out.
State price contract.
Yeah, state price contract. So the best we can tabulate right now, me and Kevin there, it all should fall within the budgetary boundaries of the grant.
The bids were about $64,000 plus $10,000 a year in maintenance for the new phone system for 911. The new CAD system, almost $88,000, with about $18,000 in some additional costs for some other software for the map viewer and other things that 911 will utilize. All coming under, as you heard Director of 911 Scott Jenkins say, underneath that grant total. And from there, a couple of other updates on some bridges and roads. White Lick Bridge, still awaiting an update from the state or transportation personnel on what was supposed to be an accelerated bridge reconstruction program that was supposed to have been done or started several months ago, according to the judge executive. who gave an update saying that the county had also, in regards to road maintenance, used 460 tons of cold patch in the past few months, and that they are looking into a winter bond for cold patch, and they're also looking into some more advanced ways of repairing roads starting next spring.
This spring, we got a total patcher, I think it's called, and we bought it at the surplus auction. And basically what it does is you go out and it's a chip seal type thing. You go out and you spray this oil is basically what it is, but it's an adhesive. And then once you spray that on there, then you dump either a 57 or 11s or whatever on it, and it's chip seal. And once you do that to a certain extent, it makes that road the same as blacktop and allows it to be eligible for resurfacing money. So we'll be able, once we get this machine, we probably need to get it, take it to the company and let them refurbish it some. But once we do that, we'll be able to start making all of our gravel roads as we can a lot more economically. We'll be able to start making them have a harder, more durable surface. There's also another thing we'll be looking at, and Carter County's been doing it recently. It's a stuff called claycrete. And basically what this is a chemical that adheres to clay, and it essentially stops all moisture and water from mixing in with the clay. And once you do that, it makes that road just like concrete. And the county judge from Carter County had a video showing the process and how they've been doing it. And they had information there from other places been using it, and some of them, the roads have been essentially maintenance free for 10, 15, 20 years.
Judge Wireman said that other counties who have utilized that chemical went from grading roads that they had treated prior to some 60 or 90 times in a year to 6 to 9 times in a year just by adding that treatment. More news right after this. Please stay with us. Just in time for the winter driving season, and through December the 13th at Conley Tire, come in and get $70 off a set of new Michelins. Until the end of the year, $50 off winter and mud and snow Cooper tires, and up to $150 off select sets of Goodyears. And don't forget, 6 months same as cash. Stop by their Staffordsville store or go to conleytire.net to find out more.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Stay warm and save huge right now on kerosene and gas heaters in stock at Parkway Gun and Pawn, and don't wait till they're gone, on a selection of nearly new snow blowers. And just for Black Friday, flat screen TVs starting as low as $40, and brand new 9mm and 380 pistols starting as low as $199 at Parkway Gun and Pawn in Salyersville. It can be one of the hardest parts of being a parent. You can beg them, bribe them, hold them down and try to force them, and sometimes you still can't get them to take their medicine. Well, problem solved at Parkway Pharmacy with Flavor X. Let your kids customize their medicine with some of the best flavors that really do taste great, and it's totally free with your child's prescription at Parkway Pharmacy. So stop the suffering, theirs and yours, for free, and get your Flavor X flavored medicines at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. John Fairchild, the brother and only surviving member of the immediate family of Ray Fairchild, still left. Sat down with myself earlier today. That interview coming in just a few seconds, one of several. Right now, I need to go on to tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. It's somewhat brief, a few reminders. We also have another announcement to follow from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. First, a reminder, this is the second annual Helping Hearts campaign brought to you by the Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center to help make sure that everyone at Sagersville Nursing and Rehab has an extra special Christmas. They are taking up donations, gifts, wrapping paper, help collecting and wrapping, and anything else you can imagine. And if you can do so, they would appreciate your support. Find them on Facebook at Helping Hearts or call 606-496-5966. Don't forget the annual Reindeer Run is brought to you by the United Way of Eastern Kentucky. It's Saturday morning on December the 7th at 10 a.m. Pick up your application or registration form at the Magoffin County Rescue Squad or Magoffin County Senior Citizen Center because they receive support from United Way, so your running in the 5K will help support those local organizations. And if you have a calendar announcement you would like on the program, you know the drill. Doesn't cost anything. You just have to tell me so I can tell everyone about it. Birthdays and anniversaries, too. Going on to funeral service announcements brought to you nightly by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. They have announced services for Merritt Salyer, 46 of Oxshire Branch, who passed away days ago, the son of the late Merritt and Diana Arnott Salyer. He is survived by sons Merritt and Preston Salyer, a daughter Mara Salyer, and surviving is his companion Lisa Ray Williams. Visitation is tonight. Services will begin in the morning at 11 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. From there, let's take a look at your Licking Valley RACC forecast, and that from the National Weather Service, which has pretty much as we have expected, no dramatic changes, but a few tweaks to be made. A series of showers over the next couple of days, all the way through the end of your Saturday that might add up to an inch of rainfall. Yeah, let the rain begin. It is going to begin. It's going to pick up after a few light sprinkles this evening, after around 4 o'clock in the a.m., and then we're going to see showers on and off, like I said, for a couple of days. It all might add up to an inch by the time it's all said and done, and that's going to be between now and Saturday night. No sign of any sunshine until the end of your weekend. For tonight, a low of 47 degrees. Winds are going to pick up as well as we see the rains roll in to the tune of 6 to maybe even 15 miles per hour out of the southwest tonight. Maybe a quarter of an inch during the overnight, early morning hours. We'll pick up maybe another quarter to a half an inch of rain tomorrow with cloudy skies and 49 degrees, showers on and off, and a steady 49 degrees for your Friday. Temperatures not falling much. We'll go from 49 to 40 for your high and low Friday night, with rain likely again continuing late Friday, overnight Friday, and into your Saturday. Winds not so noticeable out of the southwest Friday. They will, however, pick back up to the 6 to 25 mile per hour range for your Saturday, with rain still likely and still a bit breezy, as I said. Maybe another quarter of an inch to add on top of all of that over the course of your Saturday. So like I said, a lot of clouds and just some periodic showers due to a couple of different systems that we're going to see roll through the viewing area and a lot of eastern Kentucky. It all rolls out at least for a couple of days, 2 dry days. As a matter of fact, two completely dry days. Sunday's one of them. A bit cooler, down to 47, 33 just above freezing, but mostly sunny and partly cloudy. No precipitation. A pretty nice average day for the end of your weekend. You'll still be able to get out. Maybe consider putting up some Christmas decorations if that's your thing, and if you've got time to do so, because it's about that time. Monday, more sunshine. Temperatures perk up to about 54. Mostly sunny, partly cloudy that night. Mid-30s for nighttime lows on your Monday. Then back to a possibly wet pattern. We'll still see some sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but with those days, we'll see anywhere from a 30 to a 50% chance of showers. Man, oh man, have we got a coupon for you in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent. In fact, I had to call Victoria and make sure that I didn't have this misprinted. It indeed is, however, a buy one, get one free coupon on our famous shrimp dinner. That means you come in and you buy one shrimp dinner with 8 pieces of golden jumbo butterfly shrimp, your choice of 2 sides, and your choice of a biscuit or hush puppies. Buy one and you get one free. And their normal price is $6.79 plus tax. That's buy one, get one free with the coupon, and only with the coupon, in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent on our famous shrimp dinner at your Sagersville, Lee's Famous Recipe.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's Black Wednesday week for Appalachian Wireless. The biggest smartphone sale on the planet is coming this Wednesday. And you'll want to make plans to be there to save the most money possible on your new smartphone from Appalachian Wireless. Stay tuned to AppalachianWireless.com for all the details. Better service, bigger Black Wednesday savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
I know, I say it every year, but I promise you, never before has the seasonal shop been so wall-to-wall filled with Christmas. The absolute most unique Christmas decor and ornaments and gifts you've ever seen under one roof in the area. Ornaments and trees of all types and colors and kinds. Table decor, dishes, all the wreaths, all the flowers. And if you're looking for gifts, they've got just about everyone on your list covered. Plus, you have to see their selection of women's clothes and accessories. Gorgeous, with a wide variety of styles and sizes. So let them help you pick out the perfect outfit for any Christmas party or family get-together. And from now until Christmas, they have a new deal of the day every day. So be sure to follow them on their Facebook page for all the details at Fraser's Raider Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville. At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National.
So what are you purchasing for Thanksgiving? Welcome to my vlog. Make sure to leave a comment. Black Friday sales are going to be huge this year. And
adults and their phones.
it's going to be a low-carb meal.
All right. Hand them over.
Appalachian Wireless always wants you to get the most out of your phones, but we also encourage you to set them down and enjoy time with your loved ones. Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at Appalachian Wireless.
I suspect that myself certainly and a lot of other individuals who are going to be privy to the ceremonies and honors that are going to take place over the next several hours tonight and then on Saturday are going to be a bit taken back and overwhelmed. And we're going to bring you as much of that as possible. As McGoffin County and Ray Fairchild missing for 69 years, his whereabouts unknown by his family, relentless efforts over the years, decades of wandering, knowing he was killed in action, knowing how he was killed in action, and knowing nothing more. A phone call out of the blue just weeks ago changed all that for a former McGoffin County man. John Fairchild may have graduated high school and then Mayo and then found employment and his life in Ohio, but he is still very much rooted in Sagersville and McGoffin County, has a very fond remembrance, a very accurate one as well, of his youth and of his family and of his brother Ray, who is coming home with his brother later on tonight. By now, most of you should know the story. You've seen it here and or read it in the Independent about the Defense POW MIA accounting agency just weeks ago officially announcing to the public that a McGoffin County man killed in action during the Korean War was accounted for and was to be returning home for burial 69 years after he died. That is Marine Corps Private First Class Ray Palmer Fairchild, who was 21 years of age and from Mash Fork here in McGoffin County when he was killed in action on November the 27th of 1950 in North Korea, where his remains could not be recovered at the time of his death. Now, 69 years later, John Fairchild, Ray's brother and only surviving immediate family member, sat down with us earlier this afternoon as we get ready to embark on a trip to the Bluegrass Airport, where it is there that they will receive 2 full military honors, his brother's body, bringing him back home for services to be held this Saturday. There's going to be so much more to talk about throughout the next several days in regards to Ray Fairchild, his family, and his accounts told by his brother. And to begin with, his brother recounted for us how after all these years, a phone call out of the blue changed his life in a way that he thought was never going to.
We were sitting on the porch one evening at about 8:30, the wife and I and a neighbor, just on our evening chats, and the phone rang at 8:30 in the evening. And a lady on the other end, you know, she asked if anyone there knew a Ray Fairchild. And when I got on the phone, I said, "Are you talking about the Marine killed in Korea?" She said, "Yes." And I said, "I'm his brother." She said, "You're John?" I said, "Yes, I am." She said, "Well, we have his remains. We want to bring them home." Now, this is at 8:30 at night, so what do you think? You know, somebody calling you out of the blue, you don't recognize the phone number or anything. And she said, "We need to set up an appointment." So we did. 3 weeks later, she was there exactly on time with a Marine sergeant with her, and we spent 2 hours discussing it. So I knew then what I'd waited 69 years, I'd come home.
Ray was the oldest of 3 children, Bonnie, the sister, the middle child, and John, the youngest of the 3, who recalls very vividly his older brother being a very proud Marine, and who finds it hard to describe just how overjoyed he is, along with his wife and his son, to see his brother come home.
Well, there's always joy, you know, if your loved ones, if you pass away, if you can be there with them or for them at the time. We waited 69 years and didn't even know where he was, basically. You know, we knew he was in North Korea. And you know, you don't want to spend a lifetime with your loved ones in a foreign country. You'd rather have them home, you know. And this is, all my family's gone except me, you know, and it's just something that's the best news I've heard, and I'm 80 years old. You couldn't ask for anything any better after waiting all these years thinking about it. Try that. Try waiting 69 years, you know, hoping that one day your brother will come home. And sure enough, he did. He is.
Like I said, tomorrow we'll start with more coverage. We'll have coverage of tonight's military honors at the Bluegrass Airport. As I understand, there's going to be a number of countless veterans and organizations who are going to be participating in the return trip home for Mr. Fairchild tonight. Another small ceremony to be held here locally tonight at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Services, more military honors to be held Saturday. We will cover that just as much as possible and hope you are here for that, and I hope to see you back here for that and more beginning tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.